Hi guys, Thomas here from FastTrackFBA, currently in Davao in the Philippines, just in the southern tip. And today I want to talk about the important question of, can I pay my sourcing VA per deal or should I pay them a salary? And we're going to talk about this really interesting and important question, so stay tuned. Right guys, today I am in the Philippines and I am doing a journey around the Philippines. This is for a couple of reasons. Now, number one, I want to meet my team who are based in the Philippines and I want to get to know them in person. Number two, I want to understand more about what is life like in the Philippines for the people who live and work here. And number three, I want to see what this beautiful country has to offer and hopefully share some of that back with you. Now today, if you don't know, what I'm going to be talking about is the question that everyone is asking when they're hiring a sourcing VA. This is really, really important because it affects people's lives, but also it might affect how your business works. This is, can I pay my VA per deal or should I pay them a salary? And this is a super important question. So let's get started. Now, if you don't know, in FastTrackFBA, we currently run an academy. This is whereby we provide manual sourcers and other VAs. We advertise, we interview, we train them up, completely done, all hands-free for you in your Amazon business. Now, if you are interested, have a look down below. I will drop a link to the academy, and obviously you can have a look at the service that we provide and see if it's going to help your Amazon business. Now, the reason why I'm asking this question today, which is very much around can I pay per deal or should I pay a salary, is in the VA Academy, the fact that we have a lot of our clients who are using the VA Academy asking this question. And so today I want to answer this question with my thoughts on this really important topic and how it affects the people and how it will affect your business. First of all, pay per deal, what is it? It is effectively commission only job, i.e. if they don't find any deals, the VA doesn't get paid, but if they do find deals, then they get paid. Now, you might structure it in a way that they get paid really, really well. You know, let's say $10 a deal. They'd be like, I only need to find maybe a couple of deals a day and I'm really happy. Now, that could be an option, but generally people aren't paying $10 a deal. They're paying maybe a couple of dollars. Now, the one thing people look at, and they look at this reason for paying, is the fact that saying, well, hey, if my VA isn't any good, then you know what? Why should I pay them? Because they're not finding the deals, they're not growing my business, and it's not going to happen. And you know what? I understand that reasoning and I understand that thought process. But the question which I always ask back to my clients and the people who are using the FastTrackFBA Academy service is to say, let me ask you the question, when you're applying for a job and maybe you see jobs advertised, if you see a commission only job, even if the commission is really good, let's say for example they're offering £100,000, you know, or $100,000 for people who are top performers, would you apply for it? Or would you go, you know what, I would like $100,000, but you know what, that's the top end. I don't really know what I'm going to get and it's probably not going to work. So the majority of the time is you don't see these kind of commission only jobs around. They do exist, but they're not as common. It's because generally speaking is a lot of the people who look at them go, hey, you know what, I've got bills to pay, I've got things that I need to survive and I can't afford to have that risk of whereby 1 month I might do really well and 1 month I might not, and especially when you're training in a new job, odds on you're not going to do well. Now, for you in your home, in your personal life, you're probably thinking that as well. And look, the one thing is that exact same thought process, that exact same problem or that question is exactly the same one that people in the Philippines would have. So they look at these pay per deal, these pay per, these commission only jobs as, yeah, while it looks nice and I can kind of understand, I just can't take that risk. We put a test of a job going out to say, actually, let's see how many candidates we get back. The number of applicants was dramatically, and I'm talking dramatically less. If I give you an example, in a typical job advert, we might get anywhere between 30 and 90 applicants for a sourcing role. When we're saying commission only, we're getting less than 10. And even then, we're looking at the quality of the candidates and going, I don't think they're that right. So the question which I'd ask you is to say, yes, you can advertise, yes, you can do it, but interesting enough, what we've seen in our experience is that you're generally going to lose the quality of candidates. You're not going to get the range and the diversity of candidates to choose from, and it's just going to really impact what you're getting. So the question which I'd ask for you is to say, what are you really looking for? At the end of the day, you want to grow your business to new heights. And what you need to do is hire the right team members. And in order to help you do that, you want to have a good range of people to select from when you're applying for your job. And by setting a pay structure where it's commission only or pay per deal, doesn't really facilitate that. So my advice to people is generally don't pay commission only or pay per deal, because it just doesn't work. Because people have bills to pay, people have got families to look after, and commission only, while it can pay very well, doesn't allow them the certainty they need to provide. And at the end of the day, we all have a job to provide for our families and our loved ones. But what can you do that might be a good compromise? Stay tuned, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So right now, if you don't know, I am currently in Davao, and this is in the southern part of the Philippines, and I'm recording a series of videos around my journey around the Philippines, but also as well talking about what life is like, sharing some of those top tips with you, and also as well talking about hiring VAs and everything around VAs. Now, if you don't know, in FastTrackFBA, we've just recently launched the FastTrackFBA Academy. This is whereby we are training up VAs. We are advertising, interviewing, and training them up to our standard in FastTrackFBA sourcing. And then we are taking them and delivering them to you fully trained. So this is a VA who will work in your business, who you pay for, and we train and do it all hands-free, allowing you to focus on growing your business from day one, and then we add the team members into your business. If you're interested, have a look at the link down below and you can see it a lot more. But what I'm talking about right now is very much around how you pay your VAs, and in particular the question of, can I pay commission-only deals or pay per deal, and what might be a good solution? So I've just talked about paying pay per deal, but now I want to talk about a compromise which might be quite useful. So, interesting enough, one thing which we recommend to people is when they start off is do advertise a role at a set rate. In the FastTrackFBA Academy, we say you should be paying about $3 an hour. That's about the going rate. And we advertise that and we get our VAs in. Now, the one thing which I'd say for you is if you are wanting some kind of incentive scheme is to say, to start off with in the first month, we'd say $3 an hour and do, should we say, 10 deals a day. And the reason is it's going to take people to get a while to get up to standards. So once you're doing 10 deals a day, just gives them something to work towards, and it allows a real easy metric. Now, after that first month, you can start changing how you do the scoring or how you do the KPIs. Now, here's where you might introduce some kind of bonus scheme. So the one thing which we talk to people about is what you can do is you can use something called custom SKUs. This is whereby every deal that your VA, they serve to you, you can add a little bit in the SKU which might say VA1 or VA Tom. If it was me, Tom, for example, sourcing that, I can code VA Tom into that SKU. And then interestingly enough is when that product sells, I can then work out how much profit I've made from that deal, and I can link that sale, i.e. the profit on that deal, back to the VA who sourced it. So what I can do after the first month is I can then start looking at, maybe at the end of the first month, great, here are all the deals that my VA has sourced which are sold, and here's how much profit my VA has made me. So once you start understanding how much profit your VA makes you, you can then set them a target. So you might do something like, hey, I want my VA to make me £200, £300, £400 profit per week every month or every week thereafter the first month, and if they achieve that, I'm going to give them a bonus, and I might give them a percentage of the profit made. So that way they're going to be incentivized to find better deals for you in your business. Now, I'll just run through that again because it's quite complex. If you don't know, you can use something called custom SKUs, and I'll drop a link to a video that I did just up here whereby you can use a custom SKU, and in that you can encode information. So with this, with each product you find, each deal, you can encode who found that deal. And then what you could do at the end of each month is just take all your sales, look at the SKU, and just look at that little part of the SKU where it says VA Tom or VA2 or VA3. And then basically just extract all those sales from that VA and add up all the profit. And then you can then say, actually, how much profit is my VA making me? And then you can say, hey, Mr. VA, great job last month. You made me £1,000, £2,000. but if you can make me 3,000 or X amount more, I will pay you X. And hey, you know what? That's a really good incentive for your VA to drive finding better deals, but also as well, they know that it's going to have a real impact upon your business. So for you, if you're thinking about maybe doing something around pay per deal or a fixed rate, a good compromise, which I'd really recommend, is doing something whereby you actually pay them on performance, which is profit per deal or profit earned per week, which will allow you to directly correlate how much money this VA is bringing into your business, and obviously pay them according to that profit. And obviously that's going to really incentivize them to grow your business to new heights. So hopefully you enjoyed this and it's been a useful and informative video for you in growing your Amazon business. What I do want to say is, if you like this, give me a big thumbs up. Obviously I love that, and I love doing these videos, hence why I'm now in the Philippines recording them for you. And also as well, maybe you got some questions, maybe I didn't make it clear enough, or maybe you just want to understand a little bit more, or maybe you got some questions about the VA Academy, drop them down below and obviously I'll get back to you and answer them. But from me, Thomas Parkinson, here in Davao, and from FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.